After a 5-day work week, a 6-day work week, have you ever felt awful taking the day off? I know that was me, working 6 days a week, 9 hours a day, plus commute. That would be over 14 to 15 hours of my day, having only Sundays off, my whole body in pain, and my body screaming for rest. And I remember still feeling awful to take the day off. Okay, to rest on my Sundays, it would feel awful. I was terrified to rest. Just the thought of it made me just want to throw things around the room. I wasn't alone though, so it was time to find out what was happening. So in my research, I came to realize you actually get more done when you work less. When you rest, you actually get so much more done. But then so many people don't even realize that overworking and overextension of the human body and the human mind leads to more frequent breakdowns, okay? Be it mental breakdown or even physical breakdown. People are killing themselves faster by overworking. So where did this start? The Industrial Revolution, of course. During the Industrial Revolution, we had companies, right? Companies who still worked people to the bone, okay? They would give them hours on end of work because these companies relied on manual labor, physical. What you could do in the company gave them more profit. So they wanted people in the office day round, around the clock. So of course people had to fight against that. They were going to die off if they didn't. And people, what did people do? They fought for the 8 hours, 8-hour work, 8-hour recreation, and 8-hour rest. This was accepted. This was enforced. But I think one thing we didn't actually put into focus then was commute. In today's world, so many people commute 3 hours a day to and from work. I know that was my commute, 2-3 hours, going, coming back. That's already eating 2 to 3 hours of our recreation time. And don't get me started on getting ready for work. You need like an hour. When you get back from work, decompressing, getting yourself ready for the next day of work. If you have to prepare lunch, whatever you need, that's another hour. That's 5 hours in total out of our recreational hours of work. Out of our recreational hours added to work, actually. So now we were working 14-hour work days? I know mine was 15. I don't know how it happened. But I knew I had work-related activities from cooking my lunch, everything, doing the dishes after work, all of that. From all of that to commute to actually working, which was about 9 hours, with 1 unpaid hour of lunch in the middle. Amazing. But I do remember having a 15-hour work day, 6 days a week, no rest. And still feeling awful, just awful when Sunday rolled around. I remember still writing my thesis at that time and building my website. And I remember I would think to myself, you should be building right now. You should be writing. You should. Oh my God. Took a lot of work to finally let myself realize, hey, calm down, And during this period, while people were fighting for their 8-hour workday, 8-hour recreation, and 8 hours of rest, of course, the companies weren't standing idle. No. They were preparing propagandas for us, okay? And that is how you are lazy if you don't work extra hours, if you're not killing yourself at work. That's how that came to be. They tried as much as possible to demonize rest. And though today we are no longer in the Industrial Revolution, we are still in that state of mind of if you rest any longer than a minute, if you even take any rest, you are lazy. How did we get here? How did we ever let these companies convince us that we were lazy if we didn't work ourselves to death? How did we ever even begin to convince each other of that over time? I came to find out you actually get more work done when you work less. Okay, the less time you spend at work, the more work you get done, the more creative you are. Geniuses are born during the times of rest, when your mind, your subconscious mind, takes care of everything. Okay, she figures out new ways, new ideas, new things to do to solve the problem that is presenting itself in your work or in your life or in whatever you need that, problem to be solved. Wherever you need that problem solved, your subconscious mind is doing the work while you rest. This is why rest promotes creativity and free thinking as well, which is, of course, something negative to the companies as well. Growing up, we're constantly taught to put in the work, don't be lazy, become successful. While this can be a great lesson, as it could help us focus on achieving our goals, when taught to the extreme, it could become a dangerous lesson. And then you have people saying things like, why am I so lazy? Why can't I do more? Why can't I work more? Why can't I build or create this or that I want to create? All this after a 6-day work week. Not saying you shouldn't create what you want to create, but remember, there has to be balance in there somewhere. So what are some of the key reasons I found that we fear rest? Why do we fear rest? Well, for one, we fear to be judged, to be called lazy by others. So in response to that, we judge ourselves first. We call ourselves lazy, and then we push and push and push ourselves until we break down. Why do we fear rest? Because we compare ourselves to others. We compare our starting points to other people's peak. The peak of another person's life, you compare to the starting point of your life. And then you get confused. Hey, why am I doing so awfully? No, it's because you're just starting out. Give it time. Why do we fear rest? Because we were taught to. We were taught to fear rest, just like we were taught to fear judgment, just like we were taught to compare ourselves to others. We were taught to be scared of rest, to see it as a bad thing, to see it as something you don't need, as something that when you take, the rest you need, you're actually doing something bad. Because we are social creatures who crave attention and love from other human beings, we have been taught that to get this, we have to be successful. To be successful, we have to work ourselves to the bones. So what do? We work ourselves to the bones. But we must remember to truly thrive, to truly live, no matter what our definition of success is, we must have a strong and healthy mental state. And to have a strong and healthy mental state, we need rest. You must take that rest for your body to be okay. I remember once hearing a quote from someone. He said, if you don't pay your body the dues it needs right now in rest, you will pay it later in being bedridden, because then you will need the rest so much. It will be years of lack of rest accumulated, and you would literally be bedridden because you can no longer move, because your body can no longer take it. She needs all of those years of rest, and she's gonna get it all at once. So take your rest one day at a time. And on your way to becoming successful, to becoming that CEO, that boss, to owning your own business, to even having the dream job of your life or your life's goal, don't forget to stop and rest from time to time. You never know. This just might save your life. It just might keep you alive long enough to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. It might also be that thing you need to finally get your creative spark back on. So yes, dreamers, I am a dreamer. I believe you're one too. On your way through life, rest. You need it. Because at the end of the day, life isn't just about that success. It's not about the end result. What is going to be the end of every one of our lives? Death. So no, life is not about the end result. It's about this day, this moment, this living right now. That is life. So that's it for this video, guys. That's it. So that's it for this video, guys, and I'm gonna leave you here. Don't forget to go check out my website. All links in the description below and in my bio. Don't forget to go check out our investment platform. It is a startup. We are still trying to, start something up. So don't forget to go join us. If investing in a startup is something you've always wanted to do, join us in the website or in the website hobvis.com, and we do have our investment platform right there. Join us and let's go to the moon together. So yes, there you are, and I will leave you here. I hope you get some rest that you need. Okay, it is a much needed rest. We all need it. Get it. Okay. Alrighty, so I will leave you here now. Alrighty, bye bye dreamers, and bye bye butterfly.